that good?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Are you live?
Yeah, ain't nobody showed up yet. Got two in
Okay.
already. Trying to find it on. What's going on, Scott? Randy's here. I'm trying to get on it myself here. There it is. Got 4 in here. I can read it better over here. What's going on, Scott? It's a little delayed. 6. Hello, cool man. Justin. Doing good. Justin, how do you like that thumbnail picture? I figured somebody'd like that. Thank you, Scott. So what's been going on this week with everybody? Hey, Lamplies, I don't know which one you are, if it's Alex or Jesse. I get lost with names sometimes. I just like smelling these things. So, we're actually waiting on, hey, Dad's fixing to go out on a trip. And we're going to wait till he gets back. It's actually cool out here right now, Randy. We're trying to get a rain. I went to the dollar store up the road about 7 miles earlier, and they wasn't giving no rain. And the rain, coming back, it come a flood, but it played out right before it got here. But I got some corn that got some rain on it. It just lightened, so I think we're supposed to get it around midnight. Hopefully getting rain here pretty soon. So, well, I say pretty soon, after midnight, I think around midnight. But we got a little shower today. Yeah, it's lightning and thundering right now. Probably go all around us. Randy, I should know, but where are you from? Louisiana. Okay, you answered my question before I asked it. So we got 15 people in here. So I'm going to talk about something I did this week. I don't have no, I've just got sweet tea tonight. Ty Tucker, hello from Kentucky. It always comes a flood in the north end. So anyways, I did something this week. I put the order in on the new planters. Anybody want to guess what kind that don't already know? The red one will be gone, hopefully. Hello, Christopher Hargrove. Kenji. I'm doing good, Mr. Tapley. I have put in an order for a new deer. $17.45, 8-row. For those that don't know or missed it, Dad bought a 8-row header back first this year. And so I've got a 12-row planter, and that don't work out too good. So I started looking for, hello, Mr. Gordon. I started looking for 16-row planters before plant season. Couldn't find any local. And so I planted with a 12-row, and I've got a mess. It'll all work out. It's going to be a mess harvesting, even with auto steer, because it ain't the best auto steer in the world. But I've been I've been just thinking. I said, you know, why do I need a 16 row? And I was looking at used 16 rows. So I got to doing some pricing on some new 8 rows, and this one fell in my budget, a little over my budget for a used one. But I thought, well, hello, Lewis. Why buy a used one when you can buy a new one? And so I put the order in. Now it's supposed to be, I'll know June the 1st if I will get one made. But they've offered me a good price for my 12 row. And Gordon, that was for just shits and giggles. And so I've signed the papers committing to it. It should be here in February. You know, it's not a joke. That's what I bought. So if anybody's not familiar with the 1745, it's I think they come out with them in 2020. They're basic, simple. I'm getting rid of vacuum, hydraulic driven. I'm going to ground driven. I did put a few options in it. One of them is I'm putting row clutches in it. 3 bushel boxes. I'm gonna plant beans with it too. What else did I do? Spoked gauge wheels. That's another thing I've done. Can't remember, but anyways, it's a little higher than what the base price was, but I have no idea when I get the 1066 back. But benefits of this, if the 8940 goes down and we ever get the 5088 back, I can pull it with the 5088. And thinking about pulling it with the 5088, or if worse comes to worse, I can hook a 1066 to it. I'm tired of being down during planting season. So that's what I've been doing this week. Well, that's not all I've been doing this week, but hope to be planting beans this next week. I'm gonna drill them. I think the dealer support is already better. Once I called and got a salesman, because I've never really dealt with Tri-Green. That's the company. They reached out to me, and the salesman, he's done come here and looked at my planter and actually watched me plant the last of my corn. So he knows the planter's working. And I did tell him that the monitor was bad. He had no problem with that. Well, Alex, I've not got anybody to impress, and you know how it is. The bigger, the more classier you are, and there's people around here that farms more than I do running 8 rows, and it will mean something to me to be able to keep planting and then being down for a week or longer. But it's a what I've ordered is very simple. It's on 30s. The only options they have is 830s, 1615s, and I guess it'd be 1220s. You can get one in a 20 row. And I wouldn't mind having one for planting beans on 20s. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. But saw where somebody said a green tractor in front of it. Well, I don't know if it's going to be exactly green, but I'm not tied to any. I've always said that I'm not really tied to any color. As far as I'm not going to have this or I'm not going to have that, it's just always ended up red, and that's what I started out with because that's what my grandfather had bought, and but I would like to have a newer 125, 150 horsepower tractor eventually here in a couple of years to pull it. Got a Fent dealer coming to Athens, Alabama, and I don't know if I'll ever afford a new one, but if I could ever find one a couple years old, 125, 150 horsepower, I'd like to try one of them out. They say they're the Cadillacs. Or get a Challenger or something like that. Well, like I said, whenever I got to 1200, that wasn't really what I was wanting. But hello, IH Farmer. Uh, that's what I got a good deal on, and it has been a good planter. The first year or two I had it, um, I was trying to run off the tractor hydraulics, and that wasn't enough, so I did put the pump on, and I've had several good years out of it. It's just that the wiring and everything like that's uh, getting older and getting finicky, and I don't know how to troubleshoot it, and nobody else does around here, so it's going to a new home. The 5088 has been tore up for 4 or 5 years. The only videos I've got on it, I think's loading it on a rollback. Went down the wrong way. Yeah, I don't inhale them. I just like smoke, but I did choke on a little bit of it. But hopefully the 5088 will be. We carried it to another shop. Yes, transmission. I went to Pattonsburg, Missouri to get the transmission. Do have a video on that from 2020, November 2020. But we carried it to a different shop, and they were going to start on it this week, and we ended up carrying the 1066 up there and putting it ahead so we get it back, and because we don't know what all it's going to take on this 5088 getting it back going. So what's on everybody else's mind? We got 29 in here. Usually don't have that many. Well, somebody left right when I said that. Everybody's quiet. But it's not 100% done, but I have put in the order for that. Uh, what they explained to me was uh, they are allotting all the dealerships so much stuff they can buy. but he says I should be able to get it. I didn't know nothing about a truck show, Gordon. Arthur, you're in here. Thank you, Randy. Thundering pretty good. Maybe we'll get us a good rain. I guess Alex has got some hay down. I don't know. We ain't had no rain, and we had 1/10. Yeah, like Clinton. We had 1/10 Sunday, last Sunday. Other than that, we ain't had none in a couple of weeks. We're getting dry. I smoked cigarettes for several years, and I don't think I could inhale one of them now. Greg, I thought you had a green tractor. Mackenzie. And I'd like to get a row getter eventually. That's probably going to be my next upgrade, is a better sprayer. Yeah, I've been working on it today. Didn't get it fixed either. I was on a Case International sprayer page on Facebook, and another guy, he is having the same problem I am with chemical pumps. And I don't know him, really. I think he's in Arkansas. And we talked in Messenger, and we think that the pumps are bad, and they're high pro. 60 series Detroit's what we got. It has all the power we need. It was rebuilt probably 5-6 years ago. I think the previous owner had it turned up a little bit. But it's not something you'd want to truck with all the time. Chineseism. You're gonna have to elaborate on that, Scott. Hey, Colton. $41. I don't think I've ever had that many in here. Everybody's quiet. Just wind and thunder. The wind has been howling last couple of days. Hello, Ron. Well, they put them on I don't know where it's from. A friend of mine's got a deer sprayer. He had the same problem. Well, he had one go bad. I don't know if he's had any more go bad, but it's a high pro. But this last time, I put 2 new pumps on last year, and this last one, the hydraulic motor that runs the pump went bad, and when I took it apart, it was a bearing, and when I put it back together, I must have a seal that I didn't get right, or something on the pump, because it's not pouring water, but it's leaking it. So I gotta get a seal kit. Hello, Terry. Y'all getting rain up your way? I'm about done with it. I'm doing good. Just enjoying this cool Saturday night. It's been pretty hot last couple days. With this rain coming in, this breeze, it's cooled off down here. 7:30. Round bells or hello, Bobby. I believe you're new here. Round bells or square bells? Hello, Carol. I have no count on the calves. The corn is up. Most of it is, except for what I finished up. No, we're waiting on hay for a little bit. Hello, Millard. I've still got soybeans to go. Hopefully get started on them next week. Small squares. Actually, David, I thought that was somebody else that commented that. Yeah, I know you do. You do small squares. I think about every 2 weeks is about what I should do because I don't know. We run out of stuff to talk about. See you, Gordon. Not as many acres of beans because I've got some that's going to be double crop. So hopefully, if I can get my sprayer going and get some good weather, which they're giving rain, I'll take it next week. They're giving some chances. I should get my beans planted. I like pioneer beans. I did a test plot a couple years ago. I need to check your new setup out. I've been getting notifications, but I ain't been watching much YouTube. Been busy. And I'm gonna drill my beans again. But next year I'll be planting them on 30s. I don't know how many acres hay we do. We just cut hay till we think we got enough. Composted chicken litter? No, I've never used any composted chicken litter. There's a guy up in Kentucky that uses composted. It's liquid. You run that out of a sprayer. He's been trying to get me to try some, so. We've actually, I said in the video a while back not to use chicken litter unless you use some stuff with it, and I kind of got some flack for that. And I took a class through the University of Tennessee here recently. It was an online class, and actually watched a video about that, and it's not ideal for corn, just straight chicken litter. They're recommending putting other stuff with it, and they're recommending 7 tons per acre. Chicken litter's hard to get by or get around here. 656 ain't been worked on in a long time. Chicken houses is something I would love to have 2 pullet barns. I think it's about two hours on average every morning. Get a check every month. That would be nice. But yeah, the litter around here, it gets gobbled up pretty quick. A lot of people put it on their hay ground. I don't know if y'all can hear that rumbling. There's a motocross race going on about a mile north of me. Um, we may go to the next one. See you, Randy. What company is your chicken houses with, Ty? Avagen is who has the houses around here. Tyson. I've never heard of Keystone. Alex Darrell Brown will buy every one of them. I don't know if you know him. It used to be Ross, and then they went to Avagen. Ross used to be the ones around here. I think just a couple miles in Alabama, it may be Tyson there. I'm not for sure. But yeah, Alex Darrell Brown, he has bought several chicken houses, and matter of fact, everybody, all his, he's got 3 brothers, I think a daughter, and some other kin folks. He's got them all in chicken barns. I wouldn't want an egg barn. That's just that's too much work. That'd almost be like working at a factory. Y'all have that many dead chickens? Are you a egg barn or a pullet? There's a barn just right up the road, half a mile or so. He keeps getting, I guess it's salmonella or something in his. They've spread Lyme all around his barn several times. How many did you say you had dead every morning? Which he's got a, I can't remember if it's a GGP or GP. He raises them, he gets them as pullets, and then they lay eggs. It's just one barn. Yeah, I hear you on the dairy farm. Actually, there's no dairies left in this county except for one, and they moved over here about a mile from me, from Pennsylvania. They're modern Mennonites, and they've got a huge dairy. So I don't know if they're making money or not. And they're shipping their milk to Dothan, Alabama, which is close to the Florida line. Six weeks. I think they raise these around here as little baby chicks, and I think they got them for 8 months. Raise them till they're, if I understand right, Avagen don't. They raise breeding stock instead of meat and eggs. If I understand right, I may be wrong on that. So, IH Farmer, y'all have y'all do a lot of silage and manure? Because, like I said, I remember some dairies been around this area when I was a kid. But when these guys moved here from Pennsylvania and started hauling slurry and stuff, that's all something new for me. Well, there's a difference between Mennonites and Amish. These are modern Mennonites that drive cars and trucks and stuff. The Amish is the ones with the money because they have no power, no gas, vehicles, or they're not buying gas, anything like that. They're not spending any money. Buying farms is what they do. Tourist traps, they can be. Quit. Y'all saw him. He has to make his appearance on every live stream. Aggravating me. That was just for shits and giggles, Justin. Doug's here. Doug, you ought to be proud of me. Doug's a John Deere man. Justin, I've actually saw on one of the Magnum pages where somebody was going to paint their Magnum white and orange like an old case. I think that would be neat. I think that'd be very neat. We're testing the waters, Doug. But I may share a video on a 1745 when this is over with, just so people can see what it is. I mean, it's a neat little planter. And on some of these smaller fields, the big fields, 12 rows fine. But when I get around towards the edge of woods and stuff, especially turning wonky, I always feel like I'm gonna smack a tree or something. So I really would be on a 16 row. Y'all being quiet tonight. Nobody say anything. You can get them bulk fill. There is an $11,000 option, so I stuck with the hoppers. Exactly, Justin. I don't know who else is making one like that. I checked on. I was going to Price and White or a Massey or whatever they're called now. They just make a rigid 8-row, and if my understanding, 3-point hitch. So but you can hear the frogs. I ain't noticed any. I'm used to them. Yeah, it's going to be a mess harvesting this year with an 8-row header and 12-row planter. Even using auto steer, because I got to look and I know they're still crooked. Melons are growing. I've never owned a Kinsey. My understanding are they're light. When it gets dry like it is now, they don't take the ground, is what my understanding is. And we used to have a 7000 John Deere, and we had weights on it, and it get dry, it wouldn't take the ground. That's one thing about the case, it's always took the ground. And I think it's a little too heavy. But this looks like a 1745, looks like a heavy enough planter. It's built heavy. But I've not seen one up close, because the only two I saw on Tractor House that was for sale was new ones. And I'm getting pneumatic down pressure on mine. they were fully decked out, and they were twice what the base price was. And I don't see that paying that much for them. But you can get them ground driven, you can get them hydraulic driven, you can get them electric driven. I got the ground driven. Everybody's got quiet again. I'm out of tea. See you, Bobby. Thanks for coming in. Doug, they've offered me a racehorse deal on my planter, and I even disclosed what was wrong with it. The planter's good. It's the monitor. The monitor's crap. I didn't know this till a couple years ago because I didn't know what all monitors was supposed to come with them. But my monitor that I got with my planter is older than my planter. My planter's 2007. And I think they was running Pro 600s by then. $73.40. I'm not familiar with them. Are those the front folds? The monitor got me through corn planting. I'll put it that way. I realized my monitor was bad last year, and I first had some precision planting ordered, and I was going to meter or monitor through precision planting. And Dad bought the 8-row header, and the guy with precision planting, Lee Harris, how you doing? He couldn't get it in here in time, and so I canceled that and was looking for a 16-row after Dad got the 8-row. Couldn't find one local, and I've just decided that I don't need one that big. Well, that's 22 foot wide. That's what I was getting back about the white planter. It was going to come with precision planting because I think all the whites or Massey's, whatever they are, come precision now. But it was just a rigid toolbar, and then the guy said, "Well, let me price you. See if Fence got one." Oh, they've got the 16-row, and I'm sure it's well way out of my budget. I had a budget in mind and had what I was going to sell mine for, and they offered me what I was going to sell mine for, so that's a no-brainer. But that was going to be after I got done planting corn, I was going to put mine for sale, and then looked like I was going to have to go to Illinois, Ohio, or somewhere to find one I wanted this winter. And yeah, I like it. Yeah, we're putting a 466 in the 1066. We got some narrow roads. I don't know if we used to travel up and down the road with a 20-foot header. Some it would be all right if people would use common sense driving. People do not use common sense when they're around a tractor or truck. I've actually had to stomp on the brakes before in a dump truck full because people wants to pull out in front of you because they don't want to get behind you. That's right. The farmer has the road. I know that is in Tennessee. The farmer has the road. I think over in Europe, You can only be so wide. See what I've seen in Alberta, y'all got them big old, or not Alberta, Canada, Saskatchewan. I guess that's a different part of the country. But y'all got them big old wide roads there in Saskatchewan. I don't know of any YouTubers from Alberta that we could watch. I like watching other people. Ditch hay. Oh, South Sask farmer. He cuts ditch hay. I've got a friend that's got a John Deere with a 35-foot header, and he was going to jump a quarter of a mile down the road with his own. He'd done it for several years, and he caught a tree with it, and it totaled his header, knocked his windshield out, shook him up pretty bad. We only farm about 800 row crop, probably about 120 cows. I don't know. We don't ever count them. But yeah, chickens would be nice. And of course, I've got my sales I'm getting into. That's starting to take off a little bit. I'd like to go to Saskatchewan. Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. It's the problem around here is there's no land to rent unless you rent it out from underneath somebody. I don't do that way. Uh, I've lost a lot of land for just developing. People wanting to build houses, and the county we're in is pretty rural. We have a lot of hills too. We don't have mountains. We got hills. And it's election year for our county executive. Some people call it county mayor. Whenever they get to politicking, they make me sick because they talk about what they're going to bring to the county. Not that I'm not for progress, but I have worked in several factories off and on in this county, and that's always the pledge. They're going to bring more jobs to Lawrence County, the county I'm in. And you go to work at a factory, and about a third of the people that work there is from Lawrence County. They come from surrounding counties to work. And my wife's uncle used to be the mayor of Lawrenceburg, and he said he was the first term he was trying to find jobs to bring in Lawrence County. And I think he got done research, and he said there's enough jobs in Lawrence County for Lawrence County people. They just don't want to work or can't pass a drug test. Man, we got a good breeze blowing in. I can't believe it's as cool as what it is. Well, I had my mind made up on the county executive, and then I've changed my mind, and I'm going to vote for an independent so far. And I'd like to talk to her and see what her thoughts are on this. But and it's not just happening here. I mean, People's losing farmland. We got a call a couple weeks ago from solar farm people. Offered $600 an acre to put solar panels on their farm. That's pretty good money, but I don't want to walk out my door and look at solar panels. And I know over, I think Dylan Joyce said there's several solar farms over West Tennessee. East Tennessee, I've seen them over there. There's a Case IH dealership I go over to get parts sometimes, and there's probably 700,000 acres good farmland and solar panels. There's no windmills around here. I don't know, that hasn't got talked about yet, but you can farm around them. I say you can. Frack water treatment. I know what fracking is, I think, but I don't know what fracking water treatment or frack water treatment. That's something new on me. A couple years ago, people got to buying tannerite and shooting that stuff, and it would rattle houses for miles. And people would get on Facebook, what's going on, and somebody was started saying there's fracking around here. I got a neighbor that lives across the road. His house is about to fall in. I don't know what he does for a living. Gotcha, IH. But he sure does go through some ammo. And we had some friends over a couple of Saturdays ago for a cookout, and he shot some tannerite, and that's close as I've ever been to it. And it rattled the ground, it rattled the windows here, and he's probably a half a mile. Yeah, you got to crack the injectors. That's what we always do when we run one out. Swinsky Carter, I think you're new. Welcome. I don't know. I've never seen that. I've seen it on Facebook stuff. I've never seen that in person. That's the thing about it. Everybody farms different around the country. Doug, I'd settle for a cell phone tower. We actually got one. I'm on Verizon. We've actually got one not too far from here. So that's out unless AT&T wants to put one up. But I heard that pays pretty good, cell phone towers. Paul Case is here. I've done pretty good on views. There are people in here at one time. 39 right now. Whoop, 38. Somebody, I guess, went to hit the like button, hopefully. Arthur, what does the OK stand for? Benji's here. Benji run his, no, he changed the fuel filters on his 7110. Couldn't never get it back going. Those magnums are a pain if you don't know what you're doing. I didn't know there was any is he in Tennessee, Doug? Ben, we were just talking about a guy. Ty said he'd run a 1066 out. But what does the OK stand for? Because that makes me think Oklahoma. Oh, okay, 2 cell towers. Yeah, they're like 800 a month. See, stack folds. I've had people ask me why I don't use a stack fold. Um, I don't know. It was they're high. They went up price. Um, them wheels have. You just said okay. I got you. Steve, are you the one that works at the place that makes the wheels? Stack folds is what I was talking about. I got distracted. There's none around here. I don't know if it's because we're hilly or what. I know you're in Oklahoma, Paul, but Arthur is just okay. He's not Oklahoma. You are the owner. Okay. See, I was told those wheels are um, RC car tires, and it actually says something in the ones I've got about it. Yep, you're just from Alberta. You're just okay. See, when I done the Thomas Farms, I put the TN on because I actually searched. There was a Thomas Farms on YouTube. I don't think they do anything, and I got the TN idea from Tony Fast Montana or Fast Ag Montana. So I put the TN on there. Yes. What does the RC stand for? Steve, I'd like for you to send me an email. My email is I think on my about page and in the description. Because if you're making them harder, I wouldn't mind testing some out. Hint, hint. I mean, I'd buy them from you, but I think the last ones I bought I forget how much they was. We got Steve M and Steve D. Okay, we'll see. Um, Steve M. I don't know if you watch Dylan Joyce. He's the one told me. I think he's got some RC car tires. He runs on his. I know when he redone his sprayer, he put a big one on there. No, I don't. Mine don't have a glue seam. Ben, you just missed what you missed the talk of my new. Well, it ain't purchased yet. It's ordered. Yeah, I have the old version. I'm getting. I did loosen it up a little bit, but I wasn't getting about 100 acres out of a tire or a wheel. Um, I need to talk to my Trimble man about that. Ty, we ain't worried about your spelling. Yep, I ordered it or put in an order for it. No, June the 1st if they're actually going to be able to make it. That's when they're putting in the order, is June the 1st. I was gonna save that. I just can't keep a secret. I was gonna save the planter deal for, uh, but I can't wait to February to unveil that. And we may not talk about it on none of the videos. It may just be y'all that knows about it. Individual center field was a $11,000 option. And see, another thing that Steve, I have a problem with the wheel is it leaves a dust, a powder all over everything. What are we pulling with the 1066? I don't understand the question. What are we pulling with the 1066? Ty? I pulled a lot of crap with the 1066, but planner, if maybe it's answer. Oh, pulled. No, we ain't never pulled one. We always using them. I'm sorry, I misread that. I thought it said pulled them. I got you now. Seriously, Steve, send me an email, please. thomasfarms10@gmail.com. I'd like to talk to you. Maybe even get something from you and do a shout out. Well, I was against putting the 466 in that one particular 10.6, the 466 in that one particular 10.66, because that 10.66 has been on the farm ever since new, and I was wanting to leave it as original as I could, and one day retiring it and having it painted as well. But I was saving the 466 for uh, to make a pulling tractor. So I don't want to make a pulling tractor out of that tractor because it's got sentimental value. And getting back to the 706, if y'all know what I'm talking about on that, I haven't done anything to it, but I had to go work on an Outback unit yesterday in North Alabama, a couple miles from here. And that guy started building a 706 puller and has gave up on it, and he was wanting to try to unload it on me. I don't know if I want that much of a puller. We've took the 88 to a different mechanic, and it was in line, and we took it out of line and put the 1066, so it's back in the back of line, but it should be fixed this summer. The 5088, I don't know how much you've watched me, Ty, but I've talked about it a lot. Um, I think I may even have some community pictures or pictures on my community page. I redone it myself 10 years ago, and the transmission went out and we couldn't find one. Well, we first took it to our wonderful dealer, and they took it apart and said they couldn't fix it, put all the guts of the transmission in crates, and sent it back down here and charged $6,000 for taking it apart. Thank you, Ty. We got a nice set of duals for that 5088. What is a Farmall regular? Anyways, the 706 I got, I'm gonna repower it, but it ain't gonna be a pulling tractor. It's just gonna be a novelty piece, something to put in shows. Dad's been fussing about it, wanting me to get rid of it, but and after buying this planter, I may not be able to work on it for a while because the agreement was trading my planter in and putting a hefty down payment on it, so I don't have big payment on it for 5 years. So Ty, if you just started watching, we've got two 1066s. The one that's um, unrestored that we use all the time. Then we got one we bought a couple years ago that's restored. It's really nice. You may see it cutting hay or wrecking hay. And when my 8940 went down last year and couldn't get parts, I drilled beans with a 1066. So what'd you repower it with, Paul? We've done been going at it an hour. Over an hour. I think the oldest farm all we've got is either the C or the Super M. You got a video on that, Paul? I ain't been having much time watch YouTube. Scott McCann. What part of Middle Tennessee you at? Wheat's right around the corner. Okay, Ty. I'd like to find one. I know the cabs are junk as far as trying to keep air conditioner going, but I'd like to find one with a cab and put some sound deadener in it and put some auto steer in it for the heck of it. I think the thunders went down a little bit here. I ain't seen no lightning lately, but it's a good breeze. You can hear the wind chimes over there. I've seen your tractor video tour. I can't remember it though. There's a guy on Facebook. He done a Cummins swap, and then there's one on YouTube. I just forgot about him. He done a Cummins swap on the 706. You don't see them with cabs in the south, man. I think there's more in the north just to keep you warm. They had an air conditioner on them, but I don't think it's much. I got a friend that's got a 706 gas burner with a cab on it, and I think he burns up, but he won't take it off. Here in the south, if they've got a cab, they come off. I got a friend. He buys them out west and up in Minnesota. He buys a 60 series, and they come in with cabs, and that's the first thing he does. He yanks them off because the cabs are not worth a crap. You'll burn up in them. I think they've got a air conditioning a little bit better now, upgrade, but so we had a 1486, and when I was a kid, and an air conditioner went out on it, and we just took the doors off and ran it like that. It wasn't actually that bad to run in the summertime because the wind would come in the doors. But 86 series air conditioner, I don't think it was ever the best in the world either. And I know the 5088, it would just it wasn't that cold either. Yeah, but they're there on the summertime. I don't know how hot you get where you're at, but it gets humid here. Speaking of the 66 series, I'm gonna give them a shout out in my next video, and I ain't even made it yet. Um, Justin Ellis, it's on here. It was on here. He sent me a 164th model 1066 with a cab on it the other day. That's pretty cool. And I don't think John Deere ever had a cab until the sound guards. That was worth a crap. Some of them had a big old, I guess it was the white ones, they had a big old box on the top, some kind of air conditioner. I would hit a tree limb with that and knock it off, more than likely. What are you trying to pitch there, Ben? 4,000 hours ain't bad on one of them tractors. Okay. Yeah, I like the looks of the red cabs on them. They look nice. I'd like to have one dualed out, restored. See, all of our old internationals, they get hung up. We had 856, they'd get hung up. Both 1066 would get hung up. We took the restored one to the show last year, and I was moving it around. It got hung up. See you, Doug. Could you not? Well, I don't know. Sure say, could you not get the power off the tractor somehow to run the window unit? My new or my new to me Ram has got a dang. You can plug in stuff and dash on it. Scott can figure it out how to do it. But what if you had to run something with a PTO? That'd be a little embarrassing on the track. I've actually seen them uh, get hung up on the track too. I always carry a screwdriver about that long. You can get it in there, and if you got that plate off, you can get it out. That's one reason why I don't pull tractors. I would do something embarrassing. 52550, is that a that's a that big bud? Am I correct? I wonder if you just showed up at Welker's, if they'd let you drive a big bud, or if they'd run you off. I know which I've had people local that I didn't know would stop by here before. See, Alex, um, I don't care, but I know Cole the corn star. He got all pissy one time somebody stopped by his place. That's no way to be. And I don't think nobody's gonna stalk me, so I'm not worried about that. Well, Alex has officially left the building. Everybody has told him good night. I actually had a guy a couple months ago comment on one of my videos. Um, won't know what part of Lamb I was from, and I told him, and he said, "Well, I used to know an old man named Russell Thomas that farmed up there." Hello, Keith. And I said, "I'm his grandson," and he gave me a different first name than what he actually goes by. And I asked Dad if he knew him. He said, "No, I don't know him." Well, back this winter, one Saturday, we was out in the shop, and this guy uh, come in the shop, walked in there, and I'd never seen him before in my life. And he walked up to me, and he told me his name. I said, "Well, yeah, I remember you commenting on my videos." He said, "Well, I was up this way. I thought I'd stop by." And he wanted to know where Dad was. I said, "He'll be back here in a minute." Well, Dad didn't know him until the guy told him his name. And he went by a different first name, kind of a nickname, I think, or back in the day. But he used to work for Dad and my grandpa back in the 70s. Justin's here. So he stopped by and visited for a while. I'd heard Daddy talk about him working. And he said whenever he worked for my dad and grandpa, I was about 3 years old. But I don't remember him at all. Just got back from fishing trip. I might try to go a little bit tomorrow. I've not watched. I used to enjoy watching Cole years ago. I don't care nothing about it now. Can't remember what he done last week. That's about me. Used to, we have to, for those that don't know, we have to keep up with their plant dates to turn into the USDA. Um, I used to be able to keep them on top of my head. I have to write them down now. And how I kept up with them last year was I didn't write any down, but I pretty much filmed most of my planting. So I went back on my videos and saw what date I uploaded them, and then backed it up a day or two. That's how I got my plant dates on all my fields last year. Walleye is not around here. I don't know if I've told this story or not. I crashed the. Send me an email. I'll hook you up on that. I crashed a family car when I was 3 years old, and I remember it like it happened yesterday. I was playing in it. Car was sitting on a hill. Cranked it up, knocked it neutral, and I was rolling back down the hill, and I saw my mom run out hollering and crying. And all I could think of was how big of a spanking I was getting. Anyways, I hit a tree, centered it with the trunk. I flipped over in the back seat. I remember the Coke bottles. We had them returnable Coke bottles. they rode from the front floorboard to the back, and I flipped over the seat, and Mom opened that door up, and I was fixing to take off running, and she grabbed me up and hugged me. Uh, Probably the last time she ever hugged me. Yeah, I take a lot of pictures of stuff on my phone, especially if I'm taking something apart and it's going to be a day or two before I can get parts. I'll take pictures, and that way I remember how it goes back. I think it might be actually sprinkling a little bit right now. Yeah, they're everywhere, Ben. I didn't notice none, but it's been thundering and lightning and threatening to rain. The email is, if you go to my videos, it's in the description, or if you go back to my about page, um, it's uh it's in there too. So y'all got rain, Justin, or just a wind? Well, I went to Lim dollar store earlier, and when I come back from halfway up the rabbit trail down to right before you get to my house, uh, it had rained. It come a good downpour. Steve M, if you're still watching, I just got your email. I'll send you my info. So we've been at 77 minutes. Still got 27 people in here. But I think they're actually calling for the rain about early tomorrow morning. I hope we get some because we're dry. Gang, hey down, Justin. Dog over there coughing something up. Yeah, I just got it. I just got your email. It popped up on my iPad, my phone, both. I'll email you back whenever we get done here. Yeah, I have to check my spams for some reason. I get a lot of stuff going through spam that shouldn't be. Good deal, Justin. Steve, I'm actually advertise Outback. I sell Outback. It's back ordered. So I'm actually working with some guys from New York. I can sell Trimble now, and I'll be sure to tell them about these wheels too because um, I ordered four tires before planting season, and we were talking then about how high they'd got. And I'm sure you're probably not getting. I can go back and look, and I'll tell you how much I paid for them, and I got a discount on them. If you're getting anywhere close to what they're getting for them, you're you're a successful man. I'll put it that way. That's right, Ben. Trimble is GPS auto steer guidance. Like I said, we ain't cutting no hay. We just do enough for us, and we got a lot left over from last year. So I don't know how much we're going to do this year because I don't like seeing it waste myself. Well, we've been at it 80 minutes. No, Trimble is the auto steer I use in my tractors is Trimble. It's probably one of the best out there, and it's a little bit more diversified than Outback. Um, I can put you in steering pretty cheap, or I can put you in a $20,000 system. It's some really good stuff. Outback's really good stuff. I can sell Raven. I've never messed with Raven. I just really, because I've used Trimble and I've used Outback, rather stick to them two. We've fertilized ours, but it's just not growing like it should this year. Justin, did you have to update yours after Tuesday? I think it updated on its own, but dang bug. Tuesday they shut down satellite 138, and that's what everything Trimble, Raven, Outback was running on it, and they shut it or disabled it. Yeah, they're just the same thing, different companies. You can actually run a planter off Trimble. You cannot with Outback. Ag Leader's another good one. I don't sell it. I can't. It is high. But Ben, you need something spreading that fertilizer. It'd help you out a whole lot. I talked to Outback. I've not used my sprayer since Tuesday, but I think it should have changed its on its own. My Trimble, I had to go in and manually change it to 135. But that was all. It was on Facebook. Tuesday is nobody could get their tractors steering. Charles, we was just talking about you. I was talking about you coming up here. Charles Old was guys talking about come here, and I asked Daddy. I said, "You know Charles Old?" And he said, "No," but he went by Sproul. We've been at it 83 minutes. So y'all getting ready to shut it down, or y'all gonna start talking some on here? We'll go to 90 minutes. If nobody says anything, we'll shut her down then. I guess it's one of my longest ones. Thank you, Ty. What am I going fishing for? I got a little bitty pond about 200 yards from here. It's got some brim, had some brim in it, and that's what me and the kids just like sport fishing with. But I put a couple of crappie in it about 3 crappie about 3 years ago. So I've not fished in it to see if there's any crappie. My boys fish down there, but I like to see if there's any crappie populating there. And my dad's got a pond with some crappie and some catfish. It is threatening to rain here. It's not rain. It rained, come a little shower about 6 o'clock. That's right, Paul. Jesus, take the wheel. No storms yet. We're supposed to be. Just no math come to your house then. We have a fish fry with some friends about once a year, and that's what me and the guys will go out and fishing uh, and get us a mess time or two. See you, Arthur. I think I hear my wife coming home. Arthur is okay. So it's getting rough over in Jackson, huh? I actually ate some catfish yesterday. Um, talking about going down and working on the Outback. We ended up having to send it off. The guy wanted to know what he charged, what he owed me, and I didn't fix anything, so he took me to a little place in Rogersville, Alabama called the Fat Cat, and it was catfish day. Preston's has catfish on Tuesday as a special. I used to hit that about once a week or every week. I try to have catfish about once a week somewhere. The gas station up the road, they have catfish, but it's not as good. Um, when there's another country cupboard up there and done, they have catfish on Friday nights. I've never ate none there either. Preston's got some good fish. My grandparents, they went every Saturday and ate catfish. I want some grilled or boiled shrimp. There's some guys that from here that goes down, I guess Louisiana or somewheres, about once a month, and they bring back a bunch of crawfish and sell it. Crawfish and shrimp. I wouldn't mind buying some from them. I've never done a crawfish boil myself. I ain't got the stuff to do it, but I watched Stale Cracker enough that I believe I could do it. There is a guy on Facebook that has a convenience store, and he is selling. He's making jambalaya and jambalaya, no gumbo and gumbo tacos, and he can't keep them. People's driving from other states to get his gumbo. I just wonder how good it is. When he has gumbo, or whenever he opens up or whatever, he's got a line of people wanting his gumbo, and it's a convenience store. We almost at 90 minutes. Buster, he's over here panting. I even gave myself a light when I got on here. I think I've seen that food truck. Gumbo, what I call gumbo is they burn flour and mix okra and tomatoes and shrimp and sausage in it. I've seen it, Justin. I've never ate there. I've never ate raccoon. Don't care to. I've heard that's some greasy meat. It's only showing 48 likes on mine. Beef and seafood. I'm not a real big chicken eater. I like hot wings, and I like grilling chicken. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna barbecue some chicken and um, some pork. That's usually our Sunday night thing is grilling something. Yard pimps. That's what old Stale Cracker calls them. Guys, I'm fixing to shut it down. These bugs are starting to get me. But dang, Dylan just showed up. He always shows up when I get ready to shut it down. Is it coming a storm out your way, Dylan? Because it's supposed to here, and I think you do it on purpose. This little pond I was talking about down here, there was a beaver on it the other day, or a couple years ago, excuse me. And I shot it just to get rid of it, and we took it to a guy, Dad took it to a guy that said he'd eat anything, and he didn't know what to do with it. But he cooked it, barbecued it. That's right, Monday leftovers. I need to, kind of when I get caught up, I need to smoke a Boston Bud or a brisket. We smoked a brisket last 4th of July. It was pretty good. I think Ben's blackness is starting to show on us. He's gonna talk about pig's feet here in a second. We've just had a shower. We got 1/10. We're dry. Last Sunday. The bugs are starting to bother me. I'm not a big turkey man. My grandfather on my mama's side, he would eat anything off a pig. And I asked him one time why he ate all that stuff. And he told me, he said they're so poor they didn't let nothing go to waste from those kids. See you, Justin. Dylan, I think last year we got the rain and y'all didn't. I got you, Ty. I'll look for it. I might have to look in spam, but I'll look for it. That's probably the way to go, is not waste anything. But I ate crap because my papa called it something else when I was a kid that I didn't think I would probably eat today. Hearts and lights. That was hearts and lungs. But he always threw a bunch of sage in. I don't like nothing real sagey. All right, let's shut her down. Dylan said he's done. So we'll see y'all probably in another 2 weeks or so. Bye.